Hello, welcome to another edition of the Mexico and the World podcast, the podcast so that we can talk about celebrations, events and more about Mexico and the world. This time we are going to start with the celebration of Youth Day, which is commemorated worldwide and is very important because we have to take care of the youth, we have to support them in education and so on because youth is the future of the world, so we have to teach them culture, education, and we have to make them ecologically aware. In short, everything that is needed for the good of humanity because the future of the world is in your hands. So we must support each other and raise awareness so that with these new generations that are coming, the world will be better and better. Now a little curious because we have the theme of the day of the vinyl record. It emerged many years ago. What is the vinyl record, but also how we know today it is still used. Some say it is for the quality that because it is for collectors, some like it more in the end. And it is that vinyl classics cost a lot. Even now we still see in record stores the section where vinyl records are sold because people continue to ask for them above all. Well, ask the DJs what are some of the ones that they like the most. They like it then, and it's good what things like these that despite the great technology that exists in the world and that advances more and more is good, that is I told you that these things still exist, that is some mention or classics, then well take advantage of this and enjoy the music. Now this is the International Day of Left-Handers. It is important because later certain situations are very difficult for them, especially in antiquity. For example, in antiquity it used to happen that, for example, those who were left-handed at school were scolded for wanting to write with their hand left and they were forced to write with their right hand. So it is important that we support them because many of the things like notebooks, in short, the mouse on the computer are made for right-handers. And although left-handed things are already sold, it is not so common and many times certain things continue to be difficult for this percentage of the population that is left-handed, and instead of seeing it as something different and that can be difficult for them, let's support them. And it is good that there are even stores even for left-handed people. And finally we have a very important issue, that is the commemoration of the day. Organ donation is important because there is a lack of awareness in the world about this issue and thousands of people waiting a transplant, and the list is very long. It can even take years, and unfortunately the people who are waiting for the organ can die in that time. So let us be aware of organ donation that can serve someone else, and this is a symbol and a sign of life, so let's be aware of this and support organ donation. This is why it is very important that we communicate it to relatives of friends if we want to be organ donors. This has been all for this occasion. As always, you know that we leave these issues in the table so that we talk about them. We are aware and we reflect on it because there are many other topics, but they are too many to cover everything in. Well, thank you for listening to us, and we do not want to say goodbye without reminding you of our social networks email, podcastmexicoandtheworld@gmail.com, Twitter, @MexicoTheWorld, Facebook, Podcast Mexico and the World, YouTube Mexico and the World. Thanks again for listening to us, and we look forward to seeing you in our next edition. Thanks, bye.